Hi, in this video we're going to discuss about what is constructor and why we need to use this. Okay, in Java constructor concept is there. You already aware of methods, right? So we will create different methods and all according to our requirement. When method is created, you want to make use of that method, you need to create an object for that class and make a call to that particular method. That is what so far we are doing. Constructor is nothing but it is mainly used for memory allocation. Okay, one rules for creating a constructor is also a method. Okay, it is also a method having name as same as class name. Okay, this is the rule. It is also a method, but its name is same as class name. When method is having same as class name, that method we can call it as a constructor. Rules. Okay, so constructor does not have any return type. Okay, constructor does not have any return type like void. Constructor doesn't have any return type like void or okay, that's fine. What happened? Constructor does not have any return type like void or string int. It does not have any return type. Okay, so constructor is nothing but what? It is the method which is same name as class name. When this method will be called, this method is called when object is created for the class. Okay, when object is created for the class, okay, when object is created for the class, then it will be called automatically. Okay, it will be called automatically. When object is created for the class, then it will be called automatically. There are two type of constructors will be there. One is no argument constructor. Second one is parameterized constructor. Okay, parameterized constructor. So we can have any. So if you don't have any constructor and all, then JVM, Java compiler automatically will be called default constructor available in that class. Okay, all these things let me see practically. Come back to here. So let me create one more package here. My package name is just giving constructor examples. Okay, fine. So this is what it looks like, correct? If I'm going to have, okay, this is what my class name. If I will be having same method name, as I told you, we should not have any return type, okay, void and anything. So this is what my method. This is what my method is, okay, and it is method, right? Okay, this is what my method is. Class name and method name same, then this is the constructor. Okay, you can have same constructor. For example, here this is the default constructor. I'm just printing default constructor code. Usually it will happen initializations happen here. Okay, next, so this is the default constructor. Next I want to when it will be called automatically before going to parameterized constructor, whenever you created a object. For example, I'm going to create an object for this class. I'm going to create an object for this class. Then automatically the constructor will be called. Okay, this is the constructor. When you try to create object for this class, and you try to create object for this class, then automatically the constructor method will be called. Now execute this it need to print now. Carefully understand here. See, default constructor initializations. It is called automatically because, see, as I told you, this constructor name must be as the same as class name. Whenever you created the object, automatically the constructor will be called. That is how it is going to call. Okay, let me see about the parameterized constructor. If I am creating another constructor, but I am providing here some parameter string name, for example, I am passing string name. This is the parameterized constructor. Okay, see, same class name here also, but parameter is different. Here we don't have the parameter, but here we have the parameter string name. Just I am trying to print the name. Okay, that's it. Now I want to create a object with the parameter. Now I need to make it so, because this is the argument I need to pass. Okay, while creating the object, what you need to pass? You need to pass the parameter. If it did not pass the parameter here, it will call this constructor. If you pass the parameter, then it will call this parameterized constructor. For example, I am passing Venkat. Now tell me, the first object creation, whatever it is there, here you are not passing any argument. So it is going to make a call to the default constructor which does not have any parameter. Next, second object you are creating with the string, it is matching with this constructor, so it is going to call the parameterized constructor. Okay, now both the constructors, it is going to execute. Now carefully understand, see, both the constructors are executing. So you may get a doubt here. Sir, can we have two methods with the same name? Yes, we can have two methods with same name, but arguments must be different. You cannot have same method again. See, I am not going to have, see, it will give error. For example, it will give, you can add one more argument here, f name and string l name. Now, is it will allow? Yes, it will allow now, because the parameters are different here. Okay, the parameters are different here. Now it is going to allow for us. Now tell me here, no parameter, it is no parameters are there. This is the one argument is there for this constructor. This is multiple arguments are there. Now how to make a call to this constructor? Very simple. So can I create one more object? When constructor will be called, guys, when our object you are trying to create by using new keyword, then this constructor will be called. Let me give another argument here. Perfect. Okay, so the first object creation, it will call the default constructor, this one, and this is single argument constructor is going to call, and multiple arguments constructor is going to call. This concept, multiple methods having same name but different arguments, we are calling this concept as, okay, overloading concept. This concept name is overloading. Same method name, multiple number of arguments. Here what you are doing, constructor overloading you are doing. It means same constructor will be there, same name will be there, different number of arguments or different type of arguments will be there. That is overloading. Okay, fine. Now observe carefully here. These constructors are calling or not. See, three constructors called successfully. So finally what I can say is constructor is nothing but the class name and method name is same. Then based on the parameters what you are passing here, it will check for the corresponding constructor and it will be called automatically when trying to create the object. Okay, when trying to create the object for a class, okay, it will check for any matching constructor. If already it is there matching constructor, then it will be called that particular constructor. Mainly the constructors will be used for initializations part in real time. Okay, so whenever you want to do initialization is required to use this particular object anywhere in the entire program, then those initializations you can put it into the inside of a constructor, then that constructor we will be using in the entire class. Okay, so constructors we may have the same class name and also multiple methods can have same name. This concept, as I told you, overloading. Anyway, we are going to discuss in the coming sessions what is overloading, what is overriding and all. Okay. So, but these three constructors having the same name but different arguments list. Okay. So in the overloading, you can have same method name but number of or type of arguments are different. Then it will be allowing for us. Okay. So finally, constructor is something like when method name and class name both are same, then that is constructor. When constructor will be invoked, whenever you are trying to create an object for that class, it will look for corresponding matching constructor. It may be a default or parameterized, whatever it is. Then it will be invoked that constructor automatically when you create the object for a class. Okay, if you don't have the constructor, no problem. Then internally there is a default constructor will be there. See, if I comment this, okay, if I comment this constructor example, okay, what is there? Add argument to match this one or this one is coming. See, argumented constructors are there, so it is not having matching constructor. That is the reason it is throwing the error for us. Okay, like this way you can work with the constructors and all guys. Okay, so constructor rules is what guys? What are all the rules? It should not have any return type like void, string, int and all. It should not, you can have the number of argument constructors. By default, no argument constructor will be there. Okay, by default, the compiler will invoke automatically. If you have explicitly any constructor without any arguments, that will be called by default. Or you are passing any arguments and all here like this way. It will check for matching constructor and called accordingly. Okay. So we no need to call explicitly any constructor. Whenever you are creating the object, by default it will make a call to constructor. And if in real time we will use this for initialization of the your objects or memory, anything. That initialization is part you can do inside of a constructor and all. Okay. Okay guys, that's all for this video. Thank you.